What happened to your last nanny?
Like I'd tell.
You need to take charge here, Kate.
I know what you're afraid of.
What was it about this script in particular that excited you about the project?
I did not read the script.
Yeah.
I'm too scared.
Oh, that makes sense.
She
I wouldn't
would-
read it either.
I'm like
Well,
this.
Yeah, it makes
Hide.
yeah, she hides. But the script initially, I mean, I just liked the characters so much. Like the characters were so well put and so well written that I just kind of, and it was a different thing that I'd never done before, so I was excited to do it. And same with you.
Well, I love how the original story is so interpretive. You know, you could read it one way and it's a ghost story, and you read it another way and it's a woman descending into madness. And I think that's what's made it so relevant for over 100 years, and people keep on going back to it. So for me, that was a great theme to maintain, because people, I think, can project so many different things onto the film.
Well, I was such a fan of the novella. I'd read it years ago, and also The Innocents, the adaptation of the novella. I loved both of those so much, and I think what's so special about the book is it's not, it takes place in an era of governesses and manners and aristocracy, but it doesn't feel tied to a particular time. It feels like it changes and its interpretation changes with the audience that watches the events of the film, and it's more about, you know, somebody's subjective experience in a space and what sort of traumas we're okay talking about and which ones we're not, and I just love Floria's interpretation of it, and her mind going into this is so beautifully visual and painterly, and she's just has such a generative mind for images, and yeah, I thought that was a good way into this very internal world. I don't want to play anymore. Hey, why are you doing this?
Stop now.
We're not safe.
Stop giving tales.
They're really smart kids. It didn't feel like we were catering to or dealing with this uncertain element and then we would do the grown-up work. They're both really smart. I mean, Brooklyn was 7 when we shot the movie, and she had a ton of ideas for, you know, how we could shoot the ending and what this, like, it really felt like a group conversation a lot of the time. And I think there is a very bad iteration of that. They could be very annoying, but with this collection of people, it was really fun and cool, and Finn is so smart and doesn't feel 15, I guess he's 17 now, but feels like an adult peer.
They didn't want me to be scared because I was always skeptical of it, and my parents were always like, and my parents and like Mackenzie and everyone was like protecting me from it, so there's nothing that really.
I had met Brooklyn on the best performances for New York Times, and she has this great ability to invent this backstory. You know, she's got this amazing, large inner world for a little girl. And Finn, you know, Finn's got this great ability to be light, and so it was fantastic when he gets a little strange and dark. It's a little shocking, right? It gets very intense. And then Mackenzie, you know, she's just got this, the world is on her face, you know. She really goes for it. She puts 100% into it. You know, she was diving in cold pools and doing all kinds of strange stuff, and always tracking her madness.
Well, I hope you know what you're doing. The children are very special, Kate.
The most enjoyable thing was her and her playfulness. Like, I love just playing that fun, playful, imaginative little girl that I think Flora has a little bit in her as, you know? You know, she might be creepy and cheeky and all that stuff, but I just love the artistic side of her.
I liked how he was like different kind of every scene. Like he was pretty hard to, like he's pretty unpredictable, and that was like really fun to play.
I liked it all. I mean, I just love the book, and I think whenever you're really a fan of something, it feels really special to get the opportunity to enter that space. So that was initially what appealed to me. I was like, oh, they're making another adaptation of Turn of the Screw. And then she's just such a complicated woman who is really modern and forceful and can really speak to what she's seen and isn't a shrinking violet in some ways, but also being in an environment that isn't receptive to her trauma and her experience, she starts to like shut down and internalize things more and more, and how destructive that internalization is. I just thought it was a cool way of telling this that differed from the other interpretations, but still felt like it was echoing the spirit of the novella.